My questions aren't in regards to that exact case. My questions were just whether or not the police department, is still going to be breaking into innocent people's houses knowing that people are shooting back now.
I'm not the one to talk to you about that.
Back in February, I showed this story of Pensacola Florida police executing a no-knock raid on a home where no one except an innocent man and his 2 young children were present. The man had been taking a nap with his 1 and 3-year-old when police busted down his door with a battering ram. He immediately jumped into action and started firing towards the intruders. In this particular incident, no one was hurt, but it's only a matter of time before one of these reckless animals gets seriously injured or killed while breaking into innocent people's homes unannounced. We know that they don't care at all about the lives of innocent people, but they do consistently claim that their number one priority is officer safety. I think it says a lot that average, good, hardworking American citizens are starting to mistake police for reckless, murderous thugs and shooting at them. Well, good news. Just a couple weeks ago, after prosecutors reviewed all the evidence, they determined that Marioneaux shooting at the officers was purely self-defense and dropped all 3 charges of attempted murder on a police officer. Marioneaux's attorneys released a joint statement reacting to the state attorney's decision, saying, quote, "We are pleased that prosecutors have opted to drop all charges against Corey Marioneaux Jr. today. If officers with the Pensacola Police Department had simply taken a moment to fully evaluate the situation, he wouldn't have been arrested in the first place. Mr. Marioneaux is completely innocent and deserves to have his record cleared and good name restored." But I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with the attorneys. I think the police knew full well what happened, which is exactly why they chose to arrest him. They knew full well that Marioneaux had no idea that the thugs breaking into his home were police thugs. I think they knew full well that he didn't intend to shoot at police, but only to defend himself and his children against intruding thugs. But on a regular basis, police arrest people for doing and saying things that they don't like. Of course they're going to arrest someone for shooting at them, no matter what the situation is. The question for me is, if Marioneaux had hit one of his targets and they didn't make it, would the intruder get the hero ceremony, or would he be viewed just like any other home intruder who broke into his last home? But even with the charges dismissed, Marioneaux suffered a lot of losses from this incident. He was terminated from his job simply because of the charges, without even being convicted. His 1 and 3-year-old child were taken away from him when he was arrested and put into police custody. They were actually put in the back of a police car, and his 1-year-old later fell out of the police car while under police supervision and fell face first onto the pavement. Corey Marioneaux had 0 criminal history prior to this incident, but became known as an attempted cop killer in his community. I can't imagine what it would be like to have police terrorize myself and my family, and then turn around and treat us like we're the bad guys. Oh wait, no, I know exactly what that's like. And I can tell you this, nothing will ever restore the trust that is lost. And to add insult to injury, those who actually caused the harm will never be held accountable to their actions. And they will continue to go out and harm others the same as they've done to you.
You have reached the Pensacola Police Department. City Police Officer May, how can I help you?
Hi, how you doing this morning?
Good, how can I help you?
I recently saw a story of the raid where Mr. Marioneaux, I believe it was, shot back at police when they broke into his home. Were you aware of that?
I can transfer you up to our IA lieutenant. He handles all of our questions in regards to that situation.
Well, I think the IA case is done and the charges have been dismissed and all that, so I don't think I would need to talk to IA. Really, I was...
Well, I don't have any information about that situation.
Right.
And I'm not in a position to really answer questions on it.
Right. I understand that. So what my questions are, though, is not about that case specifically. Maybe I should speak to a supervisor, a sergeant, or a lieutenant, but IA is not going to be necessary because my questions aren't in regards to that exact case. My questions were just whether or not the police department, is still going to be breaking into innocent people's houses knowing that people are shooting back now.
Sure, again, I'm not the one to talk to you about that, and anything in regards to that is being directed to a supervisor or our IA lieutenant. So I can transfer you back to a supervisor. I don't know if one is at their desk or not. Just give me a moment, okay?
Yeah, supervisor would be good. Probably not IA. Like I said, this is about future, what future plans are, not anything about that case.
Okay, give me a moment. I'll transfer you to a supervisor.
Sure. They never did get me to a supervisor and refused to take any more of my calls. Contact information is in the description and the pinned comment below.